to transform our country. Only that we need to fix the systems and make them work. You guys have succeeded here in the United States because the systems are working. So given that Kenyans are the same people, the challenge we have as leaders is to make sure that back home the systems are working, the people to transform the economy and the country are here, they are in Kenya. You guys have done it here, you can do it back home. And that is what we seek to do. Why has Rigiji come calling in the United States? I've come to the United States to look out for my people, Kenyans who live and work here, to engage them and to listen to them and have a conversation with them. Mostly important, our party, the DCP, our slogan is listening to Kenyans. And that's why I've come to listen to the people of California. Hapa California, munasemaje? Yeah? Ati California munasemaje? Hapa pia ni one term? Sure? Hapa pia ni one term? Wow. This one-term thing is everywhere. So I have come, my good people, on two fronts. One, to share with you what is happening back home. Number two, to share with you what I think you can do to make Kenya great and to address the issues that challenge us as a nation. Number three, to seek a partnership with the diaspora on how we can work together and how the brigade in the diaspora can participate in the economic transformation of our country and how the people in the diaspora can play a role in building their country and making sure that Kenya gets nearer what is happening here in the United States. I am sure you know, but for the purposes of clarity, it's good for me to tell you that things are not that rosy back home. I have seen the Gen Z here, Kevin, speaking with a lot of clarity of thought. And I feel for our children, our young children, the Gen Zs. Back home, the government that we elected in August 2022 has turned against our young people with brutal efficiency, and they are now victims of abduction, forced disappearances, and being killed. Their crime, speaking out, demanding good governance, transparency, and accountability for their parents, for their siblings, and for the Kenyan people. A government that was elected on the platform of being democratic, of respecting the rule of law and constitutionalism, has turned against his own people. And sadly, the young ones. Brutal as the colonial government was, but very brutal. Brutal as they were, they never attacked children. Even the difficult years of the Moi rule of 24 years, that government by President Moi persecuted men. They never touched children and women. This is unprecedented. It has never happened in the history of Kenya. No government, no leader has ever turned against children. Between 2024 and 2025, hundreds of young children between the ages of 14 to 24 have been abducted, tortured, and killed. Others have disappeared, Others are in hospital with bullet wounds. It's the lowest movement for the people of Kenya. And I know from here, because you take care of many families back home, you know what is going on back home. And what is shocking is the sheer impunity of the leadership, to an extent that a minister in charge of Interior, against the Constitution, has given orders to police to shoot, to kill. What is even more agonizing is that a president who has been elected by the people and who says he's a Christian and he is saved, against the teachings of the Bible, against the Kenyan Constitution, has without shame given orders to police to shoot our young people in the leg and take them to prison as they go through hospital. It's shocking, and the people of Kenya are in anguish, they are in pain. And I've come here to share with you that pain, so that even as you are miles and miles away from home, you share the pain of our young people and the parents and the people of Kenya. And that is why Kenyans across all communities, everywhere, there is concurrence and agreement that the solution to stop these abductions, to stop these killings, to stop the torture of young people is one term. That is why it is a clarion call across ridges, across valleys, on top of the mountains, in bars, in hotels, in buses, in Uber, in churches, in schools, in university halls, in the bus stops. There is no other discussion in Kenya. It's one term. Because this must stop. The killings must stop. The abductions must stop. And that is why it's good for me to tell you, because most of you may not know you have been away for long. I was elected as deputy president alongside William Ruto, and we differed along the way on many issues, mostly corruption, theft of public resources, misappropriation of public funds. But what broke the camel's back and what made me and him disagree irreversibly, that we could not agree, was abductions and killing of the Gen Zs. To a point when I was in office, when he ordered for the killing of the young people on June 25th, 2024, the following day on the 26th of June, I flew to Mombasa and held a press conference when I was still deputy president and told him off and told him that that is unacceptable, and that brought our relationship to an end. And we were never able to speak again until he mobilized resources and bribed members of parliament and senate to hold me out of office because I had publicly called him out for killing our young children. So I come here to tell you that you have a lot of influence back home. You cannot be silent when our young children are being killed. You are parents. You have children too. You have relatives back home. You cannot just sit and watch silently, doing nothing, as these children are being killed. Somebody here talks about the healthcare system. That here is Dr. Gachagua from Meru. By the way, where is Dr. Gachagua? You are not our cousin. You are our brother. Hi, bro. Wewe ni ndugu. Myself, I'm Meru. My mother is Meru. I am Kiana Kiamwari. Yeah? So, wewe ni ndugu. Yeah? The cousins are many, like Wekesa. Wapi Wekesa? Hi, Kuzo. Thank you. And let me tell you, This cousin movement is the greatest thing to have ever happened in Kenya, because our cousins have been misused by Raila for a long time. Long time. Every election cycle, he has been mobilizing my cousins from the Mlembe Nation, from the Kamba Nation, from the Luya, from the Kisi Nation, from the Mijikenda Nation, from the Taita Nation, and mobilizing all those cousins and cheating them that he's taking them to Canaan. And because people have Canaan, my cousins fell for it for many years. The minute he gets there, he doesn't intend to be president. He has no such intention. He's not interested. He likes power, but with no responsibility. He doesn't want to take responsibility. So he creates problems. He is invited into government and starts eating. And that is why, like now, he is quiet. Because he's a very good observer of good manners. When you're on the table eating, you don't talk. So these cousins now have found their way as a family. And now all the cousins are talking the same language. So I saw Tinga the other day crying about cousins. He was crying in a funeral. Instead of mourning the late Phoebe Asio, he was mourning the loss of cousins from his grip. Because these cousins were mechanuka. And, you know, the other day when he brought problems, he was invited to the table by Ruto to eat together. He forgot all the cousins and went alone. Yet he wanted these cousins to wait for him to mislead them every election. So whoever Tinga, well, let me tell you, don't talk about cousins. Keep off family matters. Hii ni mambo ya familia, si ndio? Mambo ya familia usiingilie. So the cousin movement is a great thing, and all cousins, all in-laws, all the people of Kenya are one family now. And all the people of Kenya now are cousins opposed to abductions and extrajudicial killings, and they are all speaking the same language. So Gachagua talked about healthcare. We had a system called NHIF. It was struggling, but it was working. At least you could go to a mission hospital, get treated, and NHIF in one way or another will sort you out to a certain extent, and you are struggling with a small percentage. So what we needed to do was improve on NHIF, and all we needed was 800 million Kenya shillings to reform the system and make it working. Instead, William Ruto threw it out, brought another system, another animal called SHA and SHIF, at a cost of 104 billion Kenya shillings to replace NHIF, and it is not working, and that money has been stolen. As we speak, the hospitals have said that civil servants must pay in advance because SHA does not help. I am amazed by the work by the health system here in the US. For the time I've been here, I've interacted with many of you who are in the health sector. We have a health system that works. And you guys, when we form a new administration, we rely upon you to come and work with us and help us put in place a working healthcare system